it tasted like back in the 80s. And it still tastes the same today. I mean, as long
No,
as you're not...
it doesn't. It's like if I drink like a regular Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I could tell the difference between regular Coca-Cola and a Diet Coke. It's
Well,
and we're back.
Well, yeah, of course.
Richard's over here. I've caught him by surprise again. This is John with John Sees the World. Or does John see the world? We still haven't figured that out. We never will. I'm going to go ahead and play off of that for a while.
Richard's just peeing on the world right now.
Richard is peeing on the world right now. Richard's not a happy camper, but okay. I think we talked about off-brand beers last time, didn't we?
Off-brand beer?
Yeah, we were talking about Peels and Iron City and Akadu and...
Well, I know I was told back in the 70s they just had like a white can that said beer on it. And it was... yeah.
Well, no, they used to have this stuff when I was up in Virginia.
What was it? Budweiser and Pearl? Or it was something else?
No.
Something else. Like, they all came from the same vat. What was the cheaper beer?
I don't know. They were all cheap.
It was like Bud Light. It was like Bud Light and something else. Much
Looking
cheaper.
in the camera.
Well, right. There was like Bud Light and something else that was much monetarily cheaper. That came from the exact same vat. The difference was the can.
Okay, I can understand that.
I can't remember what the. It turns out a lot of places do that with different products. So.
Well, when I was in Turkey, the only beer you could get was Falstaff or Schlitz. You couldn't get anything else other than Falstaff or Schlitz for beer. I mean, you're talking about a horrible choice after a horrible choice. Oh, my God.
Shit, malt liquor?
No, just plain Falstaff and Schlitz. That was your choice. Thing is I remember there was a guy went TDY to Germany, temporary duty for 90 days to Germany. And when he came back with 10 cases of Coors beer. Raffled them off. It ended up making something like $5,000.
With Coors?
With Coors beer.
Wow.
Now, mind you, this is $1975, $76.
Oh, I'm sorry to butt in. You may not have noticed. This is so embarrassing.
What?
The microphone is dropping down into the view of the camera.
That's okay. I saw. That makes us legitimate. You know we're talking into the microphone. It's live.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Like, of course it is. It's like, it's halfway down the frame. Halfway down the damn frame.
Yeah, fuck it, man. It's there. Yeah, I love it. Just don't cover up your face. That's all. I mean, shit.
Well, I think people would appreciate that.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and, of course, let me see. Where is it at? Oh, we have a new sponsor today.
Do we?
Yes. Thanks to, Richard was here 2 weeks ago, so he went out and actually did his fucking job and got us a sponsor.
I've got many jobs.
But
wear many hats. Next time I'm wearing many hats.
We are brought to you by Spray and Sweat. Spray and Sweat. Make everybody think you've been doing something when you haven't done a damn thing. Just take your bottle, spray it underneath your arm, spray it under there, everybody's on your face, and when the boss comes around and says, well, what the hell have you been doing? What, can't you smell it? Oh, yeah. And he walks off. Before you get home, everybody, I don't know about you guys, but before you get home, when you get home from a hard day at work, you don't want to deal with the wife. You don't want to deal with the kids. You don't hear nothing. So you sit in your car and you spray yourself with Spray and Smell. Or Spray and Sweat. And guess what? It stinks.
Oh, they're not going to like that.
Yeah, they're not going to care for that. So then you go in the house and you look at the wife. She reaches over. She gives you a peck on the cheek or the lips or whatever, and she goes, oh, my God, you stink. And you go, yes, I do. And grab a beer and go outside in the backyard and sit on your porch in the back and have a beer. Your friends call up. Yeah, John, we got to go out. We got to go out tonight. Come on, let's go out. And you don't have the money to go out. So what you do is Spray and sweat. You go, no, man, I can't go out. I smell too bad. I'm not going to go out tonight. I'm tired. So spray and sweat. And to get stinky feet, it costs extra.
Or in my case, if you take SSRIs, you sweat your ass off doing nothing anyway. So,
but stinky feet smells like old boot, and it's worth the money that you're going to spend on it. So spray and sweat and spend a little extra and get that stinky feet, and your problems go away.
all the women will go.
Believe it or not, there are a few that go,
Oh, yeah. It depends on the kind of sweat it is. If it's like, dirty ass, swamp ass sweat, that's a no-go. But if it's like, I've been outside working sweat, no, they like that.
There used to be a...
or at least no.
Yeah, well, there used to be a trend in the 70s, in the mid to late 70s, early 80s, maybe even into the 90s, I'm not sure. But at these disco clubs, women would take pieces of fruit, an orange or an apple or a pear, whatever, take a wedge of it and stick it underneath their underarms and dance around all night. And when they finally decided which guy they were going to sleep with that night, they'd pull that piece of fruit out and hand it to him.
When was this?
Back in the the mid to late 70s, up to about, it might have gone on into the 90s for all I know.
I was born a decade too late.
Yeah, but it had to do with the taste of the fruit and the pheromones that the girl excreted while she was sweating under her arms. Hey, how many of us haven't had a stinky woman? I've had a few myself, so I'm not gonna say bad on you.
Everybody poops.
Everybody poops.
Everybody farts too.
Jacques Castillo! Jacques Castillo! You son of a Castillo! You son of a
I gotta find his pills.
Sorry. I just had a Tourette syndrome moment. Oh, Jesus.
I'm getting the epi.
Okay. And the epi ain't gonna do no good, man.
Well, maybe not for 30 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I'm okay. Ow! Richard, that really hurt. Son of a bitch, that hurt.
Being real for a moment, I did forget about the busted hip.
He forgot about the hip. Holy shit.
Hey, look, man, I'm trying to keep you from...
No, that's real life, brother. That's real life. I'm laughing about it. So.
Well, I owe you something now. I don't know. We'll look at your computer, or I'll buy you a game or something.
Oh shit! Oh, that took me by surprise. Oh shit! Jesus!
I had to give you a shot.
Yeah, well, you had to give. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you a story about a little club called.
Who did it better?
Yeah, who did it better?
Nah. He does it better.
I'm going to tell you a story about a little club called the Judges' Chambers.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Holy shit, that hurt.
Hey, you can punch me later for it, or now. I don't care.
It hurt in a funny way.
Just let me put this away. It's expensive.
This place is called the Judges' Chamber. It was a small jazz bar in Portsmouth, Virginia. I used to go there when I was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia on the USS South Carolina. And once I found the bar, it's one of my favorite places to go to. Oh, yeah, I was a big jazz fan.
It's fucking...
Oh, yeah, well, I forgot to turn the air conditioner on because I figured it was going to be cool tonight. So.
Forget to... Lizard Man.
Lizard Man! But anyway, this place is called the Judges' Chamber. And I was sitting in there on one night on Liberty, drinking my drink at the bar, and just listening to the local jazz musicians, do their thing. We're not talking Dixieland. We're talking the real, the stuff that I like. I shouldn't say real stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that I like, the fusion and the originality jazz and such. And in walked an individual about, 10, 11 o'clock at night. And he walked to the, he went up there and started talking to the bartender, and the bartender went and got the owner, and they started talking. And it suddenly occurred to me and several other people, it was Wynton Marsalis. And we were like, wow, are you kidding? Wynton Marsalis in this jazz bar in Virginia? What the hell's he doing here? The man eventually got up on stage and did about a half hour, 40-minute show for free. Just got up there and did his thing. It was wonderful to see. And as I'm walking out of the bar that night, I got maybe about a block and a half away from the bar with this wonderful memory in my head, when up walks one of the most beautiful black women I ever seen, asking me for a date. Which, of course, I said no. I'm married. Thank you very much. I'm not going to say what she was a woman of the evening or anything like that. I was going to say she wanted to, hey, baby, you want a date? And I did. I'm one of them weird Mexicans. Okay, one of them weird Latinos. Yes, I'm hot and horny and all that all the time. They doesn't go by that. Woo! But when I'm in a relationship, I stay with it. So
I can attest to that.
See,
the things I've seen this man do on. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a joke and I lost it midway.
It happens. You can't be on all the time. Oh, yes, you can. Okay, next one is about my printing plant days. Now, there used to be a particular pressman that nobody liked. Nobody cared for this guy. They all hated him. I think I mentioned him before. His name was Celso. Celso, well, we won't tell you his last name. Just Celso. That's good enough. Well, Celso drove this tiny little car. It wasn't even the size of a Volkswagen. It had these little teeny tiny tires on it, maybe about that big, And so he'd park his car, in a parking lot there in front of the plant every day and come in and do his job and whatnot. Well, about 6 or 7 of the guys got together one afternoon, picked up his car, and put it in the median. Now, the median had a concrete strip around it. And we left that night. Celso went out there to get in his car and go home. He gets to his park. He's like, what the hell? Where's my car? And then he looks up, and there it is in the median strip. Well, them tires were so tiny, he couldn't get it out. He couldn't get over the concrete on the edges of the median. He ended up having to call a wrecker, and they did some damage getting it out of there. Another time, while he was doing his job, somebody went out there with a huge roll of plastic and wrapped the whole car in plastic roll. From left to right, front to back, whatever. And I think it looked like they used a whole roll. And Celso played hell trying to get in that car after. You should see. Man. He's out there with his knife, oh, God, I scratched up me. Damn, man. All right, so, I don't know. I think it's Richard's time to shine. Tell the story that you were telling me.
Oh, I can't.
Yes, man. You can. Yes, you can. I love that story. The story. We were talking about this. I just wrote a poem called "The" is not just a word. And then we got to talking about the word the. In the poem that I wrote, the is only mentioned twice in the beginning line and in the final line. And it's only mentioned as a noun. Yeah, you probably didn't think you could do that. Well, yeah, I figured it out. But Richard then had his own little take on the.
It was not my joke.
That's okay. Make it your joke.
It was not my joke. I only offered to do a now I'm brain farting. What are they called? An audiobook version of the. And
Tell the story, man.
I don't think I realized I was serious. I was like, no, I would have done that. I would have done that. Totally would have done that. But the and
Thou.
applause and the you know, just go on and go on uncomfortably long. I mean, it's an audiobook. You know, it's a bestseller.
And Richard read it.
Huh?
And Richard read it.
I did. I was able to read it.
Well, no, Richard didn't read it. He listened to it.
I narrated it.
Yeah, you are sweating, aren't you?
Yeah, I told you. Lizard man over here. This is April 2nd, by the way. It should not be this hot. I think it's actually cooler outside. What are you doing? Lizard man, like a worm.
I'm trying to get some reflection up her skin. That's what it is.
I'm telling you, I can't make, literally, I can't. I walk from the front door to the car. Literally have like beads of sweat on me. It's. I didn't know until about a year ago that the antidepressants, SSRIs, they do that to you. They make you overheat. I didn't know that.
We talked about that.
I didn't know that.
It's just that.
Oh yeah, I'm juicing.
I remember my
Wipe everything on you.
my dad and I were out somewhere. I forget where we were at, and this black guy with a bald head walked by, and his head was shining in the light, right? And Dad looked at me. He says, "You're just as bald as he is. How come you don't shine?" I'm not black. He goes, "What do you mean you're not? What the hell kind of? I'm not dark enough for it to shine. Watch." And I would bow a little bit. "Oh, there it is." I said, "Yeah, I got to work at it. I can't just walk around and the light shines off my head. I got to work at it. I got to walk around going, ee." It just reminded me of that. And that little, episode with my father. It was one of those things that you just like, wow, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't show up very well on film, but
Yeah, no, trust me, it's there.
oh Jesus, man. Now when I was in the Navy as a bosun's mate, second class, I was in the Navy from 83 to 87, Reagan years. That meant that we either didn't have the equipment or the equipment we had didn't work very well and tended to be broken, and we were expected to fix it ourselves. From anywhere from a paint sprayer to a hoist, an electric hoist, which none of us knew how to do. I remember taking apart the electric hoist and trying to fix it and then not being able to remember where the parts went back to afterwards. We threw it over the side. Oops, that was gone. Well, yeah, just get rid of it. But we had a paint sprayer that we used to paint the sides of the ship. Makes it easier than having to use a roller, believe me. Oh, I painted the side of a ship, 600-foot ship with a roller. It sucks. So our guys had we got them a paint sprayer. They sent us one. Of course, as usual, it was a piece of garbage. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't work. At one point, it kept shutting down because it kept overheating. So my first class's brilliant idea was, hey, let's put a bag of ice on the casing. to cool it down while it's operating. Then it'll keep running. Well, needless to say, the guys ran it with that bag of ice on the side, draped over the damn casing of the motor until it stopped and wouldn't work. And when they reached over to touch it, they got electrocuted. Didn't kill them. They were lucky they didn't kill them. But yeah, blew one of them out of the boat into the water. But that thing, everybody hated that damn spray rig. Nobody cared for it. It didn't work right half the time. And when it did work right, it didn't work well. And one day it stopped spraying, and I was bosun's mate. I was a second class bosun mate, and I happened to be on deck when it stopped spraying. So I had one of the guys pick it up, and I said, "Yeah, send it on up. Let me take a look, see if I can fix it." And I remember looking at the gun and turning it toward myself and playing with this and that and the other. Boom! I caught a full shot of haze gray in the face. Painted me haze gray. Me, my glasses, my hair, everything. Needless to say, that became a point of amusement for my fellow bosun's mates afterwards, Yeah, bosun mate Castillo, haze gray and underway. Now, I also used to be a chimney sweep. At one time, I was a chimney sweep. I was working at a rug store at the time. One of those stores where you could buy Iranian or Iraqi rugs and such. Now, the thing about rugs out of the Middle East is there's some beautiful work out there, incredibly beautiful work, intricate and whatnot. But if you look at them closely enough, there's a mistake, at least one mistake.
You made me tack this to the wall, and you're not even showing it off.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, my poster back there. I forgot to close the door on it. But at least there's one mistake, because nobody makes anything perfect according to the Muslim belief except God. So I was working at this.
Your head's covering it anyway. Sorry, I'll get off it.
Let me go the other way. There we go. And I happened to run into a friend of mine, name of John. I'm not going to give his last name. Him and his brother. I'm not going to give both their names, because then you can probably find them. But they were running a chimney sweep service in San Antonio, Texas. And so, being tired of trying to sell rugs that I couldn't sell because nobody was buying them at the time, I went to work for John as a salesman, selling chimney sweep services. And during that time, to learn to be a chimney sweep myself and how to do the job properly. I was the sales manager on the commercial end, but when they needed me, I would go on to the private homes and whatnot and clean out chimneys as well. Well, I think it was a February. Yeah, I think it was a February. I went to a house to look at his chimney. I got there about 8 o'clock in the morning, as required. And what are you looking at, Rich?
Oh, I was looking for the slide whistle.
Oh, I don't know. Did you bring it, or did you leave it, or where did you put it?
I have two of them.
Oh, okay.
Anybody should.
I don't see. I see
always
your.
have a backup.
Yeah, I see
All
your.
I've got is the
other
crappy
thing and
pink skin flute.
that pink skin. I don't know where the slide. You were the last one with the slide whistle.
It might be in my bag.
Well, go look.
I don't know.
Go look and see if you got your. Okay. I mean, it's up to you.
I just felt like using the slide whistle.
So one morning, I get to the customer's house at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's in mid-February. It's still cold out, still, crisp and nice and whatnot.
Look at that shit. I'm leaving this here now, so.
What's that?
The slide whistle.
Oh!
I've got two of them.
Nice.
I don't need to. Well, I don't know. Now you gotta be thinking why I might need 2 of them.
Do you think we could do a Star Wars theme if we had both of them here?
It would sound absolutely awful. So I think.
Well, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think we should.
Bring the other one next time, and we'll both do the Star Wars theme. Yeah, it'll sound like a rap song, man.
I just.
So, anyways, I get there about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I, knock on the door, let the customer know I'm there, and they're like, "Well, what are you gonna do? It got cold last night. It froze. You got to be careful." I said, "Nah, it's okay. I'll go up on the roof. No problems." Put my ladder up. Got up on the roof, 1-story roof. Got about halfway to the peak of the roof, which is the pointy part at the top. Hit a patch of ice, and down I went. Next thing I know, I was off the side of the roof and landing in the bushes.
But not be the first time I've fallen off a roof.
Falling off the roof. Thank God it was only 1 story and there were bushes there for me to land in.
Did it sound like this?
Yeah, it did.
Hey, you gotta follow it with a splat.
So then I got out of the bushes, went and knocked on the customer's door and told them, let them know I'd be back in an hour once the ice had more or less defrosted. And then I had just fallen off the roof. Oh, man.
Did y'all sing? You sang for people, right?
Yeah, what we used to do is we didn't sing. During the Christmas season, what we would do is people would pay us $50 a piece, and he was just one guy there, to get up on the roof and dance with our brush and our top hat and our black clothing. It was supposed to be good luck for the house to have a chimney sweep dancing on your roof. And that's, as my friend would put it, who owned the company, that was our bonus every year.
For some reason, I thought there was singing involved. I don't know. That was, you told me that story ages ago. Ages ago.
Yeah.
Like my first apartment ages ago.
I do remember doing the dance and getting $50. And to me, back then, that was early 1990s. That was a lot of money.
I'd take 5 to dance on a roof as a chimney sweep. 10 to fall off.
Well, we haven't been doing this long enough for you to know about my physical ailments and such. I have severe arthritis left hip, which I think is pretty obvious. I think I've grunted and groaned a few times in this program and tried to move. Moderate arthritis in the left knee.
Well, they heard it when I give you your epi. Yeah, I kind of momentarily forgot about that.
Degenerative. Yeah, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Whack! Ah! I have degenerative arthritis in my lower right back. But I think the arthritis that affected me most, which was unpleasant, was when I got, it wasn't even arthritis, it's what they call trigger finger. And trigger finger is an inflammation in the joint, so when you move the joint, it hurts like hell. Got to the point where I couldn't even make fists. As you can see, I'm making a fist right now. Yeah. Oh. Jeez, I keep expecting one movement, and it comes from the opposite side. Dumb John. Yeah, but the my primary doctor at the VA wants me to go to physical therapy for this. I'm like, well, doc, it's almost over now. It's feeling pretty good. Well, you should go to physical therapy. So what? I got trigger finger in these 2 fingers. And what do you want me to do? Physical therapy, get some, and this and that, or you just want me to stand there and flip everybody off all day long? Let's say that ended that conversation rather quickly. Let's see, what is this? Oh. Okay, I'm going to ask something very audacious. Go to my, you know where the washing machine dryer at in the basket?
No, but I can walk around until I
Right
find
there
it.
at the end of the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay. Go over there and you'll find all kinds of clothing in there and whatnot.
Yeah.
Find a pair of underwear in there with holes in it. All the stuff is clean. All the dirty stuff is in the washer.
I was trying to make some kind of a. 'cause
What the
I didn't-
fuck?
Yeah. I mean, it's technically sort of scripted, but I don't know what your scripts are.
I'm sorry. I had to send Richard off because I meant to bring a pair here, but I forgot.
Left or the right?
Huh?
Left or the right?
Right in front of you. There's a big basket.
Oh!
You just have to dig through there till you find, or look in the drawer. You might find a pair in there that got holes in them.
So I'm looking for a pair of dirty Johnnies with holes in them.
Oh, God. I think I read a poem about holy underwear. Underwear with holes.
Oh, yeah, no. Mormons wear those.
Huh?
Mormons wear that.
No, they wear special
Holy
underwear.
Holy underwear.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's true. Something about that. I'm not sure how that works, but
Little stupid wordplay.
damn. Yeah, I missed a bet on that one. I actually meant to do that completely. Doesn't matter what color they are. As long as it's got holes in them. You either find them in the dryer or in the basket or laying around on the floor there where the basket's overflowed. Okay, well, Richard searches for that. Let me see. Oh, okay. So that's what that is.
This is up there.
Huh?
I've done some pretty weird shit on your little podcast there, but this is up there.
Yeah, this is a new one. This is one all guys around will understand, you know? Every guy out there who's watching this has had a, you know, 1, 2, maybe a dozen pair of underwear that they wear, you know, day on, day off, day on, day off. And by the time they get to the end of the year, they've got holes all in it, you know, and things are dangling out that shouldn't be. And it's not really, you can't really call it underwear anymore.
I mean, I found a pair,
It's more of a,
underwear, but
have they got holes in them?
where are the holes supposed to be, brother?
All over. No, that's not the right pair. I'm doing this for a reason.
He's just making me handle his fucking underwear. That's why he's.
When I posted on Discord about new underwear day, and I had bought new underwear, everybody else was well, what'd you do? Dumping the old underwear, you know, that type of thing. So yeah, there's a reason for this. This is called payback. You can't find any old stuff with holes in it?
Well, I'm mostly finding t-shirts.
Yeah, there's a lot of t-shirts in there. I own a plethora of t-shirts, no doubt about it. Everything. Well,
Can you give me a color?
no. I can't because it's gray or blue or whatever.
I'm looking for something with holes in it.
But there's my t-shirt with the Captain America shield on it. I'm not feeling very Captain America tonight, be honest about it. I'm watching a lunatic tear apart our country, and maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I'm gonna say something. And
Your podcast, dude. Whatever you want.
yeah, I understand that. My podcast, do whatever I want. But the thing is that I've seen us go through a lot of hard times. I was there for the SNL crisis. I remember that. I remember the lines for the gas in the mid to late 70s. I remember all that, you know. I remember recessions and things of that nature. But I've never seen the dismantling of a republic. And Richard hasn't found a pair yet?
Finish your thought. It's important.
No. But, yeah, it hurts to watch a country being dismantled. It hurts to watch someone who was never elected, comes from a foreign country, came here and illegally got himself to be a citizen, destroying our country. And then there's the big jackass behind him covered in orange. But anyways, that's my thought on that. And did you find underwear with holes? Oh, yeah. That's got holes in it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Any guy out there,
I mean, that's something I'd still wear.
any guy out there will understand this. My holy underwear. I'm doing this because I bought a brand new set of underwear, which, by the way, don't fit very well. And they don't have a pee hole in them, which means you got to pull them down to take a leak, which sucks. Unless you're one of those guys.
Just lift up one leg, let it flap out, and
Some of us aren't that gifted. We end up pissing all over the place instead of pissing where we want. It happens when you're old. You end up pissing on everything.
You hate that when I sit down and take a shit and your dick fucking spelunking into the toilet?
Hey, I gotta wait my U-high again. Damn it.
What's that line? That water's cold. Deep
and
too.
it's deep too. But I bought a package of 5 brand new sets of underwear. Only find out when I opened them up. First, they didn't fit very well. I'm a big guy. 277, 5'8". So yeah, I'm a big guy. And then second, they had no pee hole. I'm like, that just doesn't do it for me. That's not underwear. That's a collection of swimming suits is what that is.
That's still so weird to me. Like I don't think I've ever in my life threaded the one-eyed weasel through the pee hole. It just seems like extra work.
No, I've always done that. That's the way I was raised. When you had your tidy whities and mom or dad was there, like, the little thing goes through the hole and then you pee in the... No, not on the seat, on the hole, you little son of a...
Fuck, man, you live alone, sleep naked.
Yeah, then you'd piss all over the damn bed. Yeah, I distinctly remember one time in Selfridge Air Force Base running up to the front door and knocking and please open up, please open. And by the time it opened, I'd already pissed my pants. I distinctly remember that. And my mother standing there and going, it happens. Mom being mom instead of, what the fuck did you just do? It happens. So yeah, you're not the only guys. Any guy out there watching, you're not the only one with holes in your underwear. I wear my underwear with holes in them. I always will. They're comfortable. They fit.
I've got some that are worse.
What? What?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just said, yeah, those are pretty bad.
You said you got something that is worse. And how long have we gone on this thing now?
Yeah, close that Windows page at 39 minutes.
Where does it say that? I never can.
Right there.
Oh, right there. Okay. That's cool. That's nice. Now then, as always, I'm going to promote my my poetry page. It's on Facebook. It's a group. And it's called Talking to Flowers in Low Gear. So if any of you want to go there, join the page, publish your own poetry, please do so. You're welcome. And if you like this video, of course, like and share. Subscribe.
You're also on Blue Sky.
Yeah, I've also got the videos that go on Blue Sky. They go on
Poetry, too.
well, they're on YouTube and Instagram. I started putting them on Instagram, so we'll see where that goes. But until next time, this is John Sees the World. Or is it John Sees the World?
Richard crushes can.
Richard crushes.
I don't know. I just wanted to add that.
Good ad, brother.